It is. I don't believe it is based on my natural musk. um, However, I did agree to, represent it. So I suppose if you had to associate me with one cologne, obviously it would be Decibel. Well, to answer the first part of the question, I think the director, um, Michelle, Michelle Millard, had a very cool, clear, simple vision for the video, and um, for me, it was basically like doing a video of the same thing I always do in videos, except it was gonna be seen on a larger scale because videos these days really are kind of, I guess, marginal in terms of impact, or I guess unless you're a big pop star. So we've done plenty of commercials in the past, so it was basically my own song. They gave me the freedom to do what I wanted to do, and they were basically going to facilitate this cool looking video, and all I had to do was show up, so sounded like a good deal. In terms of the cologne, well, she says 60% of the time it works all of the time. Well, like I said before, the experience was a lot grander than any other I've experienced. I think it came out pretty cool. Nothing too crazy. I didn't have to run in slow motion on the beach or anything like that. Just perform on stage, which is what I normally do. Well, to be honest, was probably my sweet trailer. Had a little kitchen, had a little dining room. It was just had a very good feng shui. Had a little private bedroom in the back. I felt like a much bigger star than I am, I should say. And it made the whole thing feel appropriately surreal and enjoyable. Probably hard to explain. Well, actually, maybe also the trailer we did for Phrases wasn't really a music video, but that I felt like was a fun. That came out cool, but also hard to explain. I thought it was another good video. I think inspiration in general comes from a vast array of areas in your subconscious. It could be a song you heard a week ago, it could be a song you heard 4 years ago. The way I listen to music, if there's a song or a part that I really like, I usually absorb myself or lose myself in it and listen to it over and over again, figure out how to play it over and over, and I feel like it's lodged into my subconscious and then maybe subtly comes out in different ways. So when I wrote I Like the Night, it was the same as any other song I've written, just pulled from that vague pool of things I've listened to my whole life, basically. So I don't really know exactly is the answer. I do them separately, actually. I do the lyrics whenever lines come into my head. I write them down, and when I'm working on the song, I'm usually focused solely on the melody. Having said that, sometimes lines come out when I'm writing the melody, so I would say a mixture, a golden triangle of creation of melody, lyrics alone, and then the final step when you're putting it all together, you're coming up with, I guess, both simultaneously. My favorite process is definitely the first stage of every process. I think when you're first working on a song and you have a breakthrough, that is very exciting. And when you start to work on the song in the studio, the first time it comes to life and you feel like this is going to be a good song, or it feels good to play, that is another very exciting moment. When you start recording the song for the first time and it's starting to sound good and you're listening back, that is very exciting. And also when you finally take the song to the stage, the first 10 performances of that song is usually very exciting. The irony is that it only starts sounding really good once you've played it 50 times, and then it is completely dead to your ears. Similar with recording, usually it's right at the end when you start making it all come together, but it's kind of dead to your ears. Same with rehearsal. You've now played it 100 times and you kind of think this is the best way, but really it brings you not that much joy. I mean, you can have the foresight of imagining it, but it's not the same as when you first made it sound good. Similar with writing. Once you have your breakthrough, you start playing it a lot. You try to figure out how to make verses work with it and how to make it progress and be a complete song. And by the end of that process, you are again slightly sick of it. So, if that helps. Well, I might be doing that. I'm not sure I'm supposed to be speaking about it yet, but I will hint that it is an Asian language. And in the past, it's funny, once we were in Chile and I remember I thought I was speaking to someone who worked at one of our labels, and I mentioned to him maybe we should do a song in Spanish just for fun, and so many Spanish speaking fans we have, they might think that would be at the least funny if not weird and intriguing. And he said, and he looked at me very seriously and said, "That sounds like a terrible idea. That is very bad. Do not do that." To this day, I still don't know why he said that, and didn't understand why someone from the label would be saying that, let alone someone in the business. But I would do it, sure. Virtues. Well, I think being honest with yourself would be pretty high up there, which indirectly leads to being diligent and working hard. And I mean, working hard would be the general obvious one, but I suppose it's too obvious and too generic, because you could theoretically work hard in wrong directions and then waste your time. I would say that would be the first one. I don't know if there's a word, one word that sums that up. If not, that would be the main one. I mean, it takes years, you can't just expect it to happen quickly. I always did expect it to happen quickly, and it never did, and then it took 7 years, and I was on the verge of thinking this might never happen. So patience is good, and obviously hard work, and studying, whether it's just, it doesn't have to be school, just self-taught, as long as you figure out as long as you play a lot and figure out other songs, and just, it could be self-taught and in your own way, but you need to understand fundamentals before you can, really expand and try to be original. There are many, and I have begun the process of subtly harassing these people to work with them. We'll see what happens. There's, Pearl Jam, I would be interested in producing something. Josh, I would love to do something for like a Josh project, Josh Homme. The guy, Dave from Dirty Projectors is a great talent, and working with him I think would be fun. Let's see, Shabazz Palace's Ish from also known as Butterfly back in the day from Diggable Planets. But something with him, maybe Hot Chip too. But these are just dreams. Well, myself obviously would be a huge influence on me. Seriously though, I love the band Screaming Females. Metronomy has some songs I quite enjoy these days. Shabazz Palaces would probably be my favorite hip-hop outfit. Beirut also is another band that I quite enjoy. Wow, that is a tough one. I don't really play any CDs anymore. I used to play Loaded by the Velvet Underground and Made in the USA, Beach Boys' Greatest Hits. Those two CDs I had on repeat pretty much at the time of I was writing Is This It? And entertaining. Definitely, and I think of this probably more than I should, is stopping time. Definitely, because that is just, it's so many powers in one. Any kind of, fight situation, obviously stopping, then you would be the strongest and the fastest, and also you just have time to just think, get yourself together. You're having a conversation with a girl and you think, let me just think of like the best thing to say. Just conversations with anyone really. Any kind of awkward moment could be rectified, and obviously you could just, world peace could easily be achieved if you could stop time, I think. There are many, sadly. I would say if you're going for something relatively wise, Ben & Jerry's half-baked frozen yogurt. If you're not, then maybe Haagen-Dazs vanilla chocolate chip. And, good old-fashioned chocolate milkshake will always do the trick of any brand. Actually, a marshmallow milkshake they make at a restaurant near where we work in New York. A place called Stand. The marshmallow milkshake, that's pretty special. I don't have any specific plans for a solo record, though I would like to do another one. And speaking of the deluxe ones, the deluxe package, that was a weird experience for me because it came out pretty good, but there was a couple of things that were very disappointing about it. So if I did it again, I would have to really oversee every detail because I wouldn't want to shortchange any fans.